I'm here with another Ajax European Champions Cup match. And today we'll be facing off against Bayer Leverkusen. Okay, so in goal we have Oana, Veltman, Martinez, Blind, and Tagliafico making up our back four. Then we have Marin and Kana making up our central midfield with Tadic, Zaik, Promes, and Huntelaar making up our attack force. Let's get this party started. Alrighty, so they're lining up with a 4-1-2-3. Okay, that's expected, I suppose. Alright, I'm gonna say let's give the fans a performance that they're expecting. Not that great of a reaction from my team, but nonetheless, let's get this party started. Do I fear complacency? Of course not. Kai Havertz, yeah, he's a really good player. We all know that. Blind has been solid. Yeah, I hope so. Versatility. Yeah, I like playing versatile players. Versatility is, in my opinion, extremely useful. Of course, there are some downsides, but, you know, there's downsides to everything. Some people like to play specialists with diverse skill sets, but only focus on one good thing. Oh wow, Tadic with the good cross, Huntelaar with the solid header, and we're 1-0 up. So back on the whole philosophy thing in terms of football. So yeah, there's some people that like specialized players that only function in specific fashion, and I don't really like that because there's a lack of flexibility when you get exposed. So it's always important to have players that can do different jobs in different positions, just in case you need to change something up, because you never know. It's a really bad shot. I was expecting Tadic to score one-on-one. So back what I was saying. So I prefer versatility because, say for example, I have a central midfielder who's only good at tackling. Well, if he's only good at tackling, then he can only play ball-winning midfielder. But what happens? Okay, so it's first half, we're winning 1-0. Tell him not to be complacent. And everyone gains focus, which is good. Let's just look at the stats really quick, see if we need to take care of anything. We're going to close down our GUIs in the tactics. Oh, we're already closing him down. We'll hard tackle him though. So back on topic. Say for example you have someone who's really good at tackling and is also good at passing, or is really strong physically, then you can play him as a box-to-box midfielder, and someone who who participates on both offense and defense, because that's always an option. He has the ability to tackle. He has the physicality to. That was a horrible shot. Physicality to, take on players. It'd be even better if he could dribble, if he could pass, like some sort of super all-rounder. I haven't seen that type of player in years, but they do exist. If you get lucky and you find someone like that, they do exist. I'm gonna switch in for Van de Beek. Marin isn't doing too hot today, but it's possible. We'll pull off Tadic for Univad. It's always possible. And then when you see a player who can do it all, then you better believe that that player is a gem that you don't want to, damage. You want to take care of him. Alright, we'll put on Bonde. Play him as a false 9. Pull off Huntelaar. He's old. We're trying to keep him young. Try not to put too much minutes on his legs because, he's 30. I think he's like he's 35 or 36. Let me check. Good job. Everyone's happy. Mostly I'm just aiming to win. Just grind out some wins in the Champions Cup. Alright, let's go to tactics. Huntelaar, he's 36. Yeah, so he's really old. He's in decline. Usually I prefer not to have players that are past like 31, 32 on my team because generally their decline is really bad. Their decline is really intense. So you don't want to deal with the consequences. Because generally speaking, they could also be on a high wage or salary. And they start to become a liability. I mean, I just hate to say it, but they become a liability, and injuries will probably start creeping up on them. But of course, if that player has an acceptable wage and salary and accepts, being played as a non-starter, as always a bench player, then I'm more than happy to have him on my team. I have utilized players in the past that were well over their prime, like they're in their mid 30s. I don't really mind if you're willing to accept the fact that you can't start games. I mean, I'm only starting Huntelaar because we don't have an out-and-out striker. In the real world, I think Tadic plays up front, but I don't really trust him in the game. But I mean, I'll probably give it a shot just to see if he's passable as a center forward. But thank you for watching, with all the commentary. Take, what do you call it? Take the advice for Football Manager with a grain of salt. Sometimes you can do what you want, and if you can make it work, then that's really all that matters. And sometimes you can just be lucky. Hey, who knows? If you're lucky and you win, that counts too. Once again, thank you for watching. This is World Town FC, united to triumph.